Hey everybody, welcome to Adventures with Peps. By the time you are seeing this, I'm hopefully nearing the end of my first week in Greece and hopefully have had some lovely sunshine. Now today I would normally be painting a Slain model, I just didn't fancy it. I painted a tech judge last week, so I still have the itch to do other stuff. So today we are going into Marvel Crisis Protocol, the first version of the game, and we are painting Baron Zemo, or Zemo, whatever he's called. He is the 13th Baron in his family. And also, make sure you enjoy this little piece of artwork that my daughter kindly painted / coloured in, drew for the Adventures with Peps channel. Obviously, there I am. There's my little skull logo, paintbrushes, paint. You get the deal. Like, comment, subscribe. If you want to send me your own artwork, maybe we'll start having a little art corner. Let me know in the comments below. Let's get into the video. Okay, so who is Baron Zemo? We are going to be looking at the Atomic Mass games write-up on him, obviously, because they're the most accurate one for the character that they've created. Now, this could be from the comic books. It could be from the movie franchise. This, of course, seems to be from the comic book. So let's see what Atomic Mass have to say about him. So he is the 13th Baron and goes by the name Baron Helmut Zemo. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. It could be Zemo. I'm going to say Zemo throughout. Actually, let's go Zemo. Zemo. Although 13 is considered lucky in some parts of the world, all those who have met the 13th Baron find themselves changing their minds, raised to believe that only those in his family line are truly worthy to rule. Helmut is definitely living up to the worst examples the family has to offer, although mirroring his father in many ways, not least of which was the unfortunate accident with Adhesive X. Helmut is also his own man, a renaissance man in many ways. He is a gifted scientist and engineer, as well as a fighting man with few equals. On top of his own personal accomplishments, he has followed in his family's aspirations of leadership by ruling many a team of supervillains. He is allied with Hydra in the past, and he has even been seen leading the army of evil. The Baron hits the tabletop as a 4-threat character with 4 physical, 3 energy, 4 mystic defense. He has a 5 stamina on his healthy side and a 6 stamina on his injured side, and has a medium movement speed. Now, I do want to play Marvel Crisis. I haven't currently, so a lot of that stuff meant absolutely nothing to me. But if you know it, you know it. I hope that's of interest to you guys. Now, Baron Zemo may be willing to take advantage of whatever technological marvels are available, but he still enjoys that personal touch. His first attack is a sword strike that reaches out to range 2 and hits with 5 dice. He'll gain power equal to the damage he deals, and his pinpoint accuracy ensures that he can pierce his opponent's defenses, changing of their successful block results to a blank. Oof. He can also really show off the finesse he is capable of when he re-rolls critical and wilds during the attack, utilizing his dance strike. This special rule allows him to advance a short distance after the attack is resolved. Once again, don't fully get that, but it sounds cool. Although it was a cause of some deep and personal anguish for him, Baron still utilizes his wicked formula designed by his father. His Adhesive X pistol can shoot up to a range of 4 and hits with attack dice. Adhesive X is a special chemical that is able to bond with any material and is nearly impossible to remove. This is represented through the special rules on his attack, which provide an increasing gauntlet of debilitating special conditions for the enemy character to overcome. A wild result will inflict the slow special condition, which forces the enemy character to use short movement. Critical and wild will inflict the stun special condition, which limits the character to only gaining a single power at a time. And then finally, if you get a critical, wild, and failure, it will inflict the stagger special condition. This will cost the enemy character one of their precious actions during their activations. Not limited to a single result with lucky roll, you could end up giving the character all 3 conditions. Wow, that sounds mean. Like I said, don't know what half that means, but that still sounds terrible to me. As a master swordsman, he can be an elegant combatant and is at times able to flow from enemy to enemy with the beauty of a waterfall. His coup de grace attack can reach range 3 and hits with 7 dice. Not just a strong slash, it also allows him to advance a short distance if he dazes or KOs the target. And then with his Army of Evil leadership, this is a new option available to the Hydra affiliation. and it brings an interesting, never-before-seen rule to the new game. Team tactic cards represent some of the most powerful and cinematic moments in the game, and are a resource that have to be used with care and consideration. His leadership boosts this resource in two powerful and interesting ways. The player is normally limited to choosing only 5 team tactic cards that can be used during a game. However, this leadership skill allows you to add an additional 1. That's interesting. And then you are limited to choosing either a Hydra-affiliated or an unaffiliated card. But having access to 16 tactics during the game is an incredibly powerful effect. That isn't all. This leadership also limits that a player have to work around is the choice that many team tactic cards place before them. Do you spend your power on playing the card, or do you use it for your character's superpower? The second effect of the Army of Evil leadership helps make this choice just a little bit easier. It allows you to choose one of the characters paying a power to play a tactic cards and having them gain 1 power back. So you get to play the card plus get a power back that you use to play the card with. So that's a nice little combo you can have. He is a life and speedy individual. Zemo is able to cross the battlefield faster than most enemies expect. His active superpower, Quick Step, allows him to spend 2 power to make a medium advance. He unfortunately can't be burdened with any objectives when he wants to use this power, but it helps ensure no superhero can ever escape his grasp. As a master duelist, he is able to capitalize on his enemy's weaknesses, a superpower that allows him to keep up the pressure and lets him add 2 dice to his attack roll when attacking a character for the second time in a single turn. Having gotten him off balance with the first attack, the second one is designed to put the hurt in. And he is, of course, a strategic genius, able to direct not just his own efforts, but those of his allies into the best possible course of action. This superpower allows himself and an allied character within a range 2 to re-roll 1 die in all of their attack or defense rolls. Wow. Like I said, don't really know the rules, but that all sounds pretty damn interesting. He also sounds like a force multiplier rather than a lone fighter, which I quite like. When you are ready to claim your rightful place in the world, make sure you check out the game, blah, blah, blah. We all know that. So that's a pretty cool character. No denying that one. I think we should actually learn a bit more about him as a character. So Baron Helmut Zemo is a supervillain in the Marvel Universe, primarily known as a foe of Captain America and the Avengers. He is a skilled strategist and manipulator who often seeks to destabilize the status quo, often fueled by a desire for revenge or a belief in his own twisted sense of justice. His motivations include the desire for revenge against those he blames for the destruction of Sokovia and the loss of his family. He is the master of manipulation, planning, and espionage, often resorting to indirect methods to achieve his goals. He lacks proper superhuman abilities, but he has a brilliant intellect with great tactical skill and has access to vast resources, enabling him to be a formidable opponent. He is usually aligned with the villains, unsurprisingly, though his motivations can sometimes be complex, and he is not considered truly evil. He has appeared in various Marvel comics and cinematic universe stories, often as a major player. Right, his notable appearances, obviously there was the comic, we know this, but at least in the movies, he appeared in Captain America Civil War. In that film, he manipulates events to pit the Avengers against each other, leading to the Civil War. Then there's Avengers Assemble, where he is... Oh, that's the cartoon series, where he is the antagonist and appears in multiple times throughout that one. And then there's the other movie, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, where it's his post-Civil War life. Okay, we got a little bit of time left at the end, so let's talk about the paints I used. I used, if we count the primer and the dry brush at the beginning, we are looking at 11 paints in total. So it was a black primer to kick things off, followed by a heavy dry brush with the golden maple fair skin tone, which I just love using. I ultimately end up covering the entire model because I decided I wanted him to be a bit brighter than he actually would have come out. So I ended up covering the whole thing, which you would have seen at the beginning. Now with that base, I moved on to the purple straight away. We went with the darker purple first, which was the Hive Dweller Purple Speed Paint by the Army Painter. We then went on to the jacket, which was a nice dark wood, and we also did the stone and some pavement. Swiftly moved on to the hood, which was purple alchemy, followed by Gravelord Grey for the trousers. Then we picked out the belt buckle, the buckles on his jacket and his crown with the Zealot yellow, and of course the sword handle. We then tried to pick out the fur-lined coat with the holy whites before hitting up his boots with the Gravelord, with the Grim Black, sorry. That then just left us with his gauntlets, which I used Runic Grey, and the sword blade itself, which was also Runic Grey. Now, the base, I wasn't happy with how it was looking with the Gravelord Grey on it, so I decided to hit it up with the Dawnstone Grey from Games Workshop. That was the only Games Workshop paint in this set, and it just lightened it up. I'm not 100% sold on it. I might hit it with a wash, but the one thing I have noticed, and I've noticed it a lot with the Marvel figures, they seem to come out shiny. I don't know why. It might be the contrast paints, but it seems to be more noticeable on the Marvel figures. So I definitely need to hit it with a matte varnish. I've not got any in my collection, so my figure is shiny. But anyway, here is the glamour shots to finish up the video. I hope you enjoyed. A little bit different, a little Marvel figure. It's been a while since I painted one. Still have a few on the shelf to get through. And hopefully when I've got enough of them painted, we can do maybe a game or two. It will be first edition rules because they're the rules I have. But hey, I'm not going to buy the second edition until I know I liked it. So let's move on with our day. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And I'll catch you in another video again soon. Make sure you are following to catch the 2,000 follower competition that's coming out once I'm back from Greece. And I will see you again. Bye-bye. Hey, thank you for watching this video. Make sure you like, subscribe, and then go watch this one. This one up here. Give it a click. Bye-bye.